So, hi and welcome, Kerry. Thank
Thank
you for
you.
joining us. My name is Phil Bride. I'm a people coach, and I help people humbly take command of their lives and understand how to work better in relationship to other people and in their business, with their families, etc. So I've got my guest, Kerry Loeffler, who does similar things and has very interesting background. And Kerry is the founder of Talent Trust. She lives in Cincinnati, by the way. And it's a leadership development firm that she has founded and now runs. And her background is in as vice president of human resources at Greater Cincinnati Health Council, by the way. She has lots of professional experience, and she is an expert and certified on TTI success insights, trimetrics, smart rev, among many others. Did I miss anything big that you'd like to add?
No, that was great.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks, Kerry. Um, by the way, Kerry and I have known each other for several years. We belong to a common business group, and so we've got to know each other over the years. One of the things I'd like to do, Kerry, is talk a little bit about some of your experiences with clients. And tell me about a client situation that you've encountered where there might have been some strife involved, some conflict, or maybe somebody got upset. And what happened, and what's that like being involved in that?
Yeah, one experience comes to mind. It's fairly recent, and I'm affiliated with a firm that has a process for capturing the company's goals and the action plans for each individual within the organization to help move the organization towards its vision, accomplishing its vision. And so one organization that I worked with, we went through the process of actually capturing a lot of their information over a period of time. Actually worked with a couple of the leaders, and the primary leader of the organization often would have to travel, and it was not a part of this preparatory work. But then when we met to introduce the process and the product, it results in an IT platform where you can capture all of this. The result after meeting with the leadership team was that they were not going to go forward, and that was kind of a surprise um, to me. And in talking with them, part of the reason that they felt that it wasn't the right time, well, there were a couple of reasons. One is that they have another platform that captures some of that same information. And then they are also part of a larger conglomerate. And so it's kind of like upsetting an apple cart. They didn't want to be a wayward child, so to speak. So those were a couple of reasons that they provided. The process includes a lot of behavior change. One of the key things is for the leaders and the managers to really focus on developing their people and making sure that they have their goals are being met, both personally and professionally. And that takes some time. So I think that that was sort of an unspoken concern that
What,
it would cause behavior change.
what, oh, interesting. Behavior change implies a culture change. So what happened? Did you end up turning it around, or did they leave, or what happened?
Well, actually, it's interesting because I have not turned it around, but we left on, very positive terms. I had done some work with them previously, and I'm just trying to determine what is the best approach in terms of coming back to them and talking with them and seeing, what services could be of value to them. And the behavior change in part was among the leadership team itself.
So you maybe hit a nerve.
Well, I think that the people, they have big hearts, but they're working very, very hard. They're very pressured it's kind of an exciting thing for them because they're in a growth mode. But even with the growth mode, there's challenges and there's opportunities. But I think that, just assuring that they have enough staff to carry out all of the different responsibilities is pressure on everybody. So I think that they have an interesting challenge right now. So I thought I'd leave a little bit of time and then come back and uh, continue to nurture the relationship.
This begs a really interesting question, because helping an organization address issues, the leaders usually bring people in like yourself, me, and ask us to help straighten out or train or work with the people that work for them. And invariably, at least in my experience, it goes back to the leaders themselves, to the top, where the issue, where any problem issues usually originate from. I had an incident once where we were at a restaurant and I was sitting across the table from a business owner, and we were talking about why his staff was not stepping up. And I asked him, well, how often do you meet with them? What do you know about them? Have you done the stuff that we've talked about with them? And he goes, well, I just got back from 2 months in Thailand because they should have been, working. And I go, you're not doing your job.
Mhm.
You are not doing your job. He reached across the table, grabbed my shirt, shook me, and then
Oh,
fell back and goes, "Ah, you're right. I'm not doing my job. I
wow.
have to step up." And it's like, yeah, the big aha moment.
Yeah.
Not that you want to get into a situation where somebody gets aggressive like that, but I know time, a good guy, but it just caught him off guard because nobody had ever told him he wasn't doing his job.
Yeah, I think that what you shared is important also because I know of another individual who actually works within the company, and one thing that I've always complimented her on is her courage because she does communicate. She has a gift to be able to communicate objective information such that it's received. And so she's able to tell the owners of the company what they need to hear because the other people in the leadership team will not say, but they are thinking the same thing. So I often compliment that courage and confidence to be able to share really what they need to hear in terms of the leadership. So.
Do you have any other thoughts around maybe an incident where somebody got upset or somebody had uh, conflict that you were able to work with?
There's another organization where a couple of the leaders, the one leader had actually taken an assessment and thought that it was of value to just get some self-awareness and wanted the other leader to also take that. They're kind of in a partnership situation. And the other leader did take the assessment. And one of the things that they kind of were, it was important that they worked together and they were kind of having some conflict. And what was nice is when they were able to see their reports sort of side by side, get some objective information and talk through that, they recognize they have a lot in common. And so it was kind of a nice outcome that it worked in that way because sometimes, well, it's not bad to have it be where people are kind of wired totally differently. They just need to appreciate each other for what they each bring to the table.
I use sports analogies all the time. It's like you can't have all quarterbacks on a team. You better have people with
Yeah.
different skills.
Yeah,
You
that's good.
need to.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So yeah, that excellent. Well, Kerry, um, we went over a little bit here of what I was expecting, but thanks for sharing some of those experiences. Very valuable. Hopefully these can help these experiences, and in the future, I'd like to dive in more in depth and explore more things with maybe yourself and others. So thanks for sitting down with me today. I appreciate it.
You're most welcome.
And Kerry Loeffler in Cincinnati with Talent Trust. Very
Thank
good.
you very much.
You're out. Okay, with that, I will say goodbye. Phil Bride signing off.